In India, there are over 3,000 species of non-timber forest produce, or NTFPs, and for nearly 500 million poor people living in and around the forests, they are a vital source of livelihood. In Andhra Pradesh alone, close to 4 million tribal people depend on collection and sale of non-timber forest produce, or NTFP, as the major source of livelihood. Visakhapatnam, one of the districts of the north coastal Andhra Pradesh, has 42.1% of its geographic area under forests, with coverage of around 4.74 lakh hectares. These forests in the agency division of the district are home to around 5.7 lakh scheduled tribe population belonging to Kondadora, Mannedora, Nukadora, Bagata and Valmiki tribes. The primary source of income for these people is from the collection and sale of NTFPs, among which Adda leaf is a significant one. The Girijan Cooperative Corporation, or GCC, a government-run organization, has been conferred with monopoly rights over 23 NTFP products, including Adda leaf. Bauhinia vahlii, commonly known as Addaku, is available in the forests of Andhra Pradesh, in parts of the coastal and Telangana regions. The leaf is used to make leaf plates or cups, which are either hand-stitched or machine-stitched. The leaf is collected by the forest-dwelling tribal communities and is sold in local shandies to GCC's procurement staff or to the local traders. The leaf plates are made by poor women belonging to the backward community who live in the nearby plains. While most of the forest products were handled fairly well by GCC, the Adda leaf, on which the livelihoods of thousands of poor tribal members depend, is an exception. A rough estimate of the total potential of Adda leaf collected from Andhra Pradesh forests is around 13,000 tons. However, GCC procures only 10 to 20% of this quantity every year. According to GCC, the reason for not procuring the entire quantity was the need to invest huge amounts in a short period and due to problems in transportation, handling, processing and storage. Centre for People's Forestry, or CPF, a Hyderabad-based NGO, took up a quick market survey and field investigation from November 2004 to February 2005 to understand the problems around Adda leaf-based livelihoods. The study came up with a lot of interesting facts. On an average, each person can collect and sell about 25 to 30 kgs of leaf and earn about 150 to 180 rupees per week. 4 to 5 days are spent on collection of the Adda leaf from the forest. To collect these leaves, they have to go up to distances of 5 kilometers into the forest. Once the collection is done, 1 or 2 days are taken up for preliminary processing of these leaves. On the final day of the week, these tribals have to travel up to 10 to 12 kilometers to the nearest shandy for the sale of the leaf.
ఆకులు మరి ఉదయం 8 గంటలకు బయలుదేరి సాయంత్రం 5-5:30 ప్రాంతానికి ఇంటికి చేరుకుంటాం. అది ఉదయం 8:30 ప్రాంతానికి తిండి సాయంత్రం 7-7:30 ప్రాంతంలో మళ్ళీ భోజనం చేస్తాం సార్. మా మధ్యాహ్నం భోజనం అనేది ఉండవు.
They spend up to 20 to 30 rupees on incidental expenses such as transport and food. They also face problems in taking the leaf individually to the shandies. They are not allowed to pool and take the leaves by the regulatory functionaries as they are then treated as traders. Furthermore, if GCC does not buy the stock, they are compelled to sell it to the trader at the price offered by him, as they cannot bring it back all the way. The net income after a full week's drudgery is only 130 to 150 rupees per person per week. There is no chance of any additional income for these tribals, as the women of these areas do not stitch leaf plates themselves, as they did not have the skills nor the financial capacity to hold the stock and market it. The situation is no better in the adjacent plains for the plate-making women belonging to backward community. Each woman, if adequately skilled, can stitch 150 plates by hand or 300 by machine per day. Their net income is around 20 to 60 rupees per day, depending on the number and type of plates produced. These women stitch plates while attending to the household chores. The women procure the leaf required for the whole year, either individually or through self-help groups from the GCC, traders or the tribals themselves. They also face problems in respect of transport, as they need to depend on middlemen or intermediary traders in order to overcome the regulatory hurdles at checkposts of Forest Department and GCC.
అక్కడ కళాసు 2 రూపాయలు, ఆశీలు రూపాయ, గాడు మామూలు 5 రూపాయలు, గేట్ కాడ 5 రూపాయలు, లారీకి 30 రూపాయలు ఇచ్చుకొని ఆకులు తెచ్చుకుంటాం. తెచ్చుకొని అవి కుట్టుకొని ఎండబెట్టుకొని కాళ్ళ కోసుకొని ఎండబెట్టుకొని అవి పచ్చులు ఇంట్లో ఉండేది చూసుకొని ఇంట్లో దాచుకుంటాం, కిమ్ములు కట్టుకొని దాచుకుంటాం. అవి తర్వాత నుంచి అలా ఆకులు కొనుక్కున్నంతకాలం ఇంట్లో పెట్టుకుంటాం. అది సీజన్ అయిపోద్ది కదా, అప్పటి నుంచి మళ్ళీ ఆకులు తీసుకొని ఇంట్లో నుంచి కుట్టుకొని ఎండాకాలం వర్షాకాలం మళ్ళీ ఎండాకాలం వచ్చే వరకు శివరాత్రి కొత్తమ్మ వచ్చే వరకు ఇంట్లో ఆకులు కుట్టుకుంటాం. ఇంకేం పనికి వెళ్ళాం. మా పుట్టిన పిల్లలేటి మేమేటి మా ఎత్తేటి అందరం కూడా ఇదే పని చేసుకుంటాం.
The study by CPF identified key areas of concerns. The tribal women collect and sell the leaf twice a year, from April to June and November to January. They have no source of income for the rest of the year. The SHG women in the plains suffer setbacks in buying raw material due to the regulatory mechanisms. Having identified the issues in the field, CPF had interactions with the GCC and the AP Forest Department.